Somebody shot my dad. I get the killer mentality. I come from murder and tragedy. Single burn home and family. Do this shit for my whole family. I'ma go get me a Grammy. You know that I'm missing you, Granny. Backbone to my whole family. I got to turn for the family.
Nah, it was a couple of years ago when the Violence Interrupters documentary came out. I don't know if you saw. Have you seen that film, Violence Interrupters, when they did the film on the Violence Interrupters in Chicago? So it was like the first documentary made on violence interrupters, and one of them, the main character was a woman. Her name was Amina.
Wow.
Shout out to Amina, because I ended up bringing her to my campus to talk. But she was she's charismatic. You know what I'm saying? She was one of the violence interrupters that was always in the mix, getting up in guys' faces, telling them look, you need to put them guns down. It's not worth it. So, she was the first person that I saw that was Black woman that was when I first saw it, I was like, damn, Black women out there being violence interrupters. That's all right. So, yeah. So, it's good to see women like you that are out there. And we also going to have Miss Crystal McNeil hopefully coming on the show soon too to talk about her experiences. But we want to shed light on all the queens that are out there doing the work as well. So I'm
because
go ahead, Che.
So one of the things that just popped up in my head, working in that trauma bay at PG, the guys used to come in on the stretcher, and me and Dr. Richardson always talked about we would know if they would be dead or if they were still living. And most of the times, a lot of the guys would be dead. And one of my responsibilities was to go into the waiting room with the surgeon to notify the next of kin. And every time I went in that room, it was a room full of women, right? Their mothers, their sisters, the girlfriend, their wives. And when the surgeon would notify them to say that the patient, didn't make it, the screams that I've heard
just
through
thinking
them
about
hallways, it's devastating. You know what I mean? It's literally listening to somebody scrape on the chalkboard. You know what I mean? And that brought so much. That number one, it gave me so much more respect for the women, because I couldn't imagine, having to go through that and still continue on, with my life. Number one, the funeral arrangements, everything that come with that. You know what I mean? Because if it was one of my loved ones, I'm not that good of a man yet. I'm going to feel some type of way. And I'm going to be angry, and I feel like it's going to be repercussions. But the way women handle it, I always salute, my hat off, because it's just they just accept it, they grieve, and then, they do the best they can for the other children, that they might have. So I just wanted to share that because it popped in my head. It was nothing but women in the waiting room.
Yeah.
It was very, very sad. It's crazy.
Yeah. Women are so strong. Women are so
sure.
strong. I feel like they get get it the most, the hardest. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
They're the ones that's left with the heartache. It's funny, I'm doing something, or I have a vision to do something. I have to finish all my projects I'm doing now, but I want to get I want to do a campaign and show the crying mothers, because I feel like with the shoot, kind of like the Emmett Till open casket, but I feel like they don't realize what they're doing. They don't see the after effects. Just like the games, all they see is someone being shot. They don't see a mother crying. You don't see a community hurt. You don't see the children that's affected. You affected a whole community.
For sure.
We have one question somebody from Instagram wanted to ask you. What kind of advocacy does Guns Down Friday need from activists in the movement?
Say that again.
What kind of advocacy does Guns Down Friday need from activists who are in the movement?
What do we need? We don't really ask for much. I just feel like everyone has to figure out like what they can do in their own world, in their own community. You know, the person next door to you, you know, you could be helping that person. Everyone has their own way of helping. Everyone doesn't have to be on the front line. You know, whatever you can do. I tell people, it's one lady, she donates her food stamps. We go to the grocery store together, you know, because she want to just buy a little something. You know, whatever you do, you know, you have to figure out, get creative with your skill, with whatever you do to be able to help and support whatever cause.
OTL, Mafia Music. I don't really do the computers. I'm in the street with the movers. I'm on the block with the shooters. I'm on the block with the shooters. We got the F's and Rugers. I drip on them, God excuse me. My bitch look like Star